Thought is not reality. There is a deep confusion in the human mind that often goes unnoticed. We believe what we think is real. We assume that the picture our mind paints is the truth. But thought is only a shadow, a reflection, not the real thing. It is like mistaking the menu for the meal, or a photograph for the person. Thought is made up of memories, words, past experiences, and future projections. It is never the present. It is never life itself. When you see a flower, your mind quickly names it. Rose, beautiful, red, I like it. But in that moment, are you really seeing the flower, or are you seeing your thoughts about the flower? The mind jumps in with labels, comparisons, and judgments, and in doing so, the direct experience is lost. The flower becomes a concept, not a living presence. In daily life, this happens constantly. When you meet someone new, your mind immediately evaluates them. You judge their clothes, their words, their face. You begin to form an image of who they are. But are you meeting the person, or are you meeting your own thoughts about them? The mind creates a mental image, and then reacts to that image, not to the reality of the person in front of you. This is how conflict and misunderstanding begin. You are not in touch with what is. You are lost in what your mind says about what is. Thought divides. It separates the world into categories, good and bad, right and wrong, me and you. And once this division is created, the game of conflict begins. You protect yourself and your ideas, while fearing or opposing others who think differently. All wars, whether between nations or within families, begin with this division created by thought. But thought is not the enemy. It has its place. It helps us drive a car, solve problems, communicate, and plan. It is a useful tool. But when thought becomes the master, when it runs our lives, it creates illusion, fear, and suffering. Like a knife, it can cut fruit, or it can cut the hand. The danger lies in not knowing when thought is helpful and when it is harmful. Think about fear. Most fear is psychological. It is not about real danger, but imagined danger. You sit in your room and your mind thinks, what if I lose my job? What if my partner leaves me? What if I get sick? These thoughts are not happening now. They are pictures in the mind, based on memory or imagination. Yet the body reacts as if the danger is real. Your heart beats faster. You sweat. You feel anxious. But nothing is happening. Only thought is happening. This shows how powerful thought can be, and how it can trick us into believing something false is true. In the same way, thought creates sorrow. You remember someone you lost. You think of past mistakes. The mind says, I should have done this, or I'll never be happy again. These are thoughts, not facts. Yet they bring real pain. We suffer not because of what is happening now, but because of what the mind is telling us. Even our sense of self, the I, is built out of thought. We say, I am this, I am that, I was hurt, I want this. But if we look deeply, this I is a story made of past memories, future hopes, and current thoughts. There is no solid center, just a stream of thoughts calling themselves me. This false center creates endless struggle. We try to protect it, improve it, justify it, defend it. But what are we protecting? A thought, an image. True reality is beyond thought. It is what remains when the mind becomes silent. It is the sound of the wind in the trees, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the rise and fall of your breath. Without commentary, without analysis. It is the simple, direct experience of life. Before the mind adds its filters, imagine watching a sunset. If you can be present, without naming it, without thinking, this is beautiful, or I wish I could see this every day, you might feel something deeper, a stillness, a joy, a connection with the vastness of life. That moment is reality. The thought that comes after is only a memory of it, not the thing itself. We often miss life because we are thinking about life. We miss love because we are thinking about love. We miss people because we are thinking about our judgments of them. We live in our heads, in an endless loop of thinking, analyzing, worrying, and remembering. And this mental noise drowns out the living truth of the moment. To come out of this trap, we must first see the nature of thought. Watch it without trying to stop it. Observe how it arises from memory. Notice how it always refers to the past or future. See how it creates separation. This awareness is the beginning of intelligence, not the intelligence of books or degrees, but the intelligence of seeing clearly. With this clarity, a shift happens. You begin to live more in the now. You begin to respond rather than react. You listen deeply without judging. You walk, eat, breathe, fully present. Life becomes simpler, more peaceful. The burden of constant thinking begins to fall away. Let's take a practical example. Say you are in a heated argument with a loved one. The mind says, "They are wrong. They don't understand me. They always do this." These thoughts add fuel to the fire. But if you pause, breathe, and become aware of your thoughts, you might notice that they are just patterns, reactions based on old wounds and fears. In that pause, something opens. You might hear the pain behind their words. You might speak from understanding, not anger. This is the power of awareness. It breaks the spell of thought. Another example. You are walking alone, and suddenly a wave of sadness hits you. The mind says, "I'm lonely. My life is meaningless. Nothing ever works out." If you believe these thoughts, you sink deeper into despair. But if you simply watch them as clouds passing through the sky, you see that they come and go. They are not permanent. They are not who you are. The sky is always there, vast, open, untouched by the clouds. This is freedom, to see thought for what it is, a tool, a map, a representation, not reality itself. Reality is too vast, too alive, to be captured in words or ideas. It is here, now, in this breath, this heartbeat, this silent presence. And when thought falls silent, even for a moment, we touch that living reality.